Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Rudy here with your yard service in the wood yard. This is Maddox.
Hi.
And we are just going through this beautiful quotation mark pile of wood here that I bought because it's split already and somewhat dry, so it's ready to burn, ready to be sold for firewood. And so I bought this off Facebook Marketplace the other day. I was not here while this was dumped. First mistake here. So this video is about pointing out some hinters or like do's or do nots when you order wood online, either from a reputable firewood seller or for just someone off Facebook Marketplace or wherever you find it. So just gonna walk you through this pile, what we found to be in there, and let you be the judge. So we have about 2 cords. That's what we have per communication. So 2 cords. I've been starting to sift through it. So I'll give you the short story. All this stuff is not ready for our quality standards to be sold to our clients. So we have to go through it piece by piece and dissect it and split it into different buckets or wheelbarrows, because it has different criteria are to be met in order to be stacked on this pile here. So what we do keep is like 16-inch straight pieces, plus minus 1 inch straight. And this pile here, unfortunately, has everything from pieces like 17 plus, little splinters like this, and banana shaped branch wood, and little chunks of knobby stubs of branches sticking off, and unsplit branch wood there with this guy here, hard to stack. And then we have here way short. So we have all those different buckets here in order to split this up and get to the good stuff. So Maddox, give me the measuring tape measure, please.
Yep.
Thank you. So here we have, these pieces are all out of this pile here, which by the way, a maple, ash, and birch mix. So these guys here are like way short. You can see just about 10.5 inches. I wanted 16 inches. Then you have this guy here, very hard to stack properly. Same here, this guy here. Then we have kind of boiler wood, chunks like this, or this little thing here, too small and too chunky. And we have this guy here, plus this little wedge. We have our little kindling style of wood, and we have our oversized wood, which is kind of like too long. So this is like 17.5. Beautiful birch. And we have this guy here, 19.5. So all these pieces reference what I cannot use out of this pile here. Obviously, those are not the only pieces. Like way many pieces are in there. So of course, there's not only one party to blame. like the firewood supplier who dropped it, but I have not communicated. I want to have straight pieces and worthy for resale. I did communicate. I want 16-inch pieces, right? And the species, maple, ash, and birch. So that was clear. So since we have like way longer pieces than 16 inches, we have way shorter ones than 16 inches, and we have chunky pieces that are not really stackable, and so they don't really qualify for kind of like firewood and or recreational firewood in my kind of like books. There's still good wood and there's still heat, but like it's very hard to stack and keep dry, unless you have like a big wood bin. And they're just awkward to handle. Anyways, so my mistake here is that I was not present at the time when this was dumped. I was simply trusting this guy, being a professional, giving me straight 16-inch pieces of wood, which he didn't. So my mistake not being here on site. So when you order wood, be there when it's being delivered, right? And before that, you got to be very, very clear on what you want, what you expect, and what is not acceptable, so to speak, like reasons for turning down the delivery. And also what would be good if you establish, let's say like he pulls into your yard or driveway, and then you inspect it before he drops it, right? Pick up a few pieces, take a measuring stick, or whatever your means of quality control are. Before he drops it, you check a few pieces that are representing the load. And then if the load is no good, you don't want it, you tell him to take a shortcut home. Don't drop it, because you're not gonna pay him, or you can agree on like somewhat that makes both parties satisfying, like let's say like a cheaper price, so that you can deal with the inconvenience of having not worthy firewood, or inconvenient firewood. So that's up to you guys. You also got to be clear on the species. So you don't want to be ordering hardwood and then you get all kinds of junky hardwood, let's say like poplar or Manitoba maple, which is like called like a soft maple. So I mean, it will still burn once it's dry, but it doesn't have the same heating value as the hardwood maple, birch, and ash, and let's say like other real hardwood species, right? So you got to be very upfront what you expect, what you want, and what is not acceptable, right? And then you got to tell him where he needs to drop it too, right? You don't want to have him drop it at the curb, because you don't want to block the road, right? So because like the load may be too big for you to handle in like one night to stash away, so you don't want to be like the neighbor, the whole neighborhood points fingers at, blocking the road for 2 weeks. What else, Maddox?
That pretty much covers it all.
I mean, if you have plenty of cash sitting around and you want to pay for garbage wood, or like wood that is an inconvenience to handle and to stack, by no means order what you can on Facebook Marketplace from any vendor, and you'll be in good hands. No, I'm just kidding here. Anyways, if you have more suggestions what to look out for, leave it in the comments below so we can help other firewood buyers on preventing a disaster. Oh, then do not prepay. Do not prepay unless you know it's good wood, right? If you haven't bought from this guy or from this vendor before and you can't go to his wood yard to look at it, do not prepay and do not pay before you had a look at what you got. That was my mistake, because this guy here was hard pressing to get bought, but I didn't make it home to inspect the pile of wood he dumped. So 2 big mistakes on my end, and I'm hoping to save you from some major disappointment and financial inconvenience, because now I'm left with stuff that I didn't need to buy in the first place. So there is some good wood in this load that will make it onto the stack here, and which can be resold. But so far the tendency is going to kind of like, it's about 3/4 of this pile has to be either reprocessed, like cut to 16 inches because it's way over length, or I will have to split up again because like too big of a chunks, or it's clear waste because it's kindlings and boiler grade wood like wedges or weird banana, or too chunky of a piece, or simply too small. So that's it, guys. Rudy and Maddox here out of the Uriatsev's wood yard, and hoping this video was helpful, saving you spending money on what you don't want, and from any confrontational issues you may have with a wood vendor. So leave comments below, like and subscribe, and if you want any good wood, once we go through this pile here, we have nothing but great wood. Leave us a comment or check out our website, yourregardservice.com, firewood for sale, or give us a call at 780-218-8134. And with that, I'll see you when you want the wood.